Thokozani bogogo nomkhulu isarwa sendoda lesogogo bathini embatha. Nganza ukuthi namhlanje sikhuluma ngobuthakathi. When I said on other videos ukuthi walk alone, do things alone. Those videos were very deep because they were also meaning ukuthi avoid situations whereby you live your life complaining about uyangiloya izinto zami azilungi umamncane izinto lami ezilungi mama omdala izinto zami azilungi uanti izinto zami azilungi usimanibani I'm not my staff is not doing well because of my sister or my brother is doing this to me. Yes, I saw him with what. Sometimes you are being bewitched psychologically. It's not a practical thing. Sometimes you are being bewitched psychologically because of you've seen the person that you are not getting along with, and you are seeing that person with another person that you are not getting along with, and the only thing your brain is telling you, ukuthi, they are discussing you. The reason for that is the fact that you have always been feeding your mind negativity. Nothing but negativity. When the only thing you're telling yourself, ukuthi uyaloyiwa. And sometimes you are not. Yes, sometimes you are. Sometimes you are not. Sometimes it's in you. It's mentally. It's psychologically. Because people come here from all over the world. Gogo bathini mbatha ngicela ungihlolele ngimhlolele umuntu. And then gogo bathini no, I thought you'll pick up the fact that my mom is doing things to me. You'll pick up the fact that my brother is doing things to me, my ex-wife, my ex-husband, and everything. And I'll be honest with you and say, I didn't see that. Personally, I didn't see that. Sorry. Which means I cannot help you. Why? Because nyamthanda ugogo owangena, because he tells me nothing but the truth. And I translate what ugogo is telling me to you as plain, as raw as it is. Sometimes it's honey, sometimes it's lemons. Sometimes it's peri-peri. It's up to you what problems do you have. So I'm not concerned about people who say, azange thinte la ngifuna thinte khona. Wena ufuna ngithinte lapho ocabanga khona ukuthi uyaloyiwa. And because I didn't touch that, it's because of oloyiwa. Or maybe it's blinded me. I'm human. It does happen. But I want you to know, ukuthi, when you're going to look for help, focus to yourself. Just say, anyone, if there's anything, if there's any, that wants evil thing to happen to me, those things, they must go back to them. I want a break in my life. I want to be happy. I want things to happen. I want to be okay with whatever that I want to. You cannot achieve that if back in your mind, the only thing that you have back in your mind, it's a fact that uthi uzoloku uthi ushanda ngithakatha, uma uyangithakatha, ubhuti uyangithakatha, ubani wenzani. If you have that back in your mind, you're not going to get help. Gogo, how so? Because of you are focusing on other people that you think or you are told ukuthi bayakuthakatha. Let's go deep about this. What if I tell you, or the traditional healer you're going to tells you, ukuthi ngempela uyathakatha, but thola ukuthi unamanga, ngempela uyena okutshenile, hayi ukuthi ngempela uyathatha, ngempela uyena oshoyo ukuthi there's somebody that is doing stuff to you and everything, only to find out that person is lying. And this is what you're going to do. Beyond your treatment, beyond what you have told, you are going to deal with that person personally and otherwise. Which means that person is in trouble. Trust me. Because you're going to hate that person. You're not going to talk to that person anymore and everything. Yes, I know other traditional healers, they enjoy calling names and everything. To me, it's a status. It's not a cool thing to do, because most of the time, I'm not saying always, most of the time, it's nothing but lies. Lies that destroys families. That's lies that makes people to kill themselves. I was doing a research about people with the motive killing and everything. There's an article that was written, I think it was around 97. Yes, 97. Of the guy who went on a killing spree and killed people. Shot them, wounded them, stabbed them, and everything. And then there's a BBC guy who went to interview him in Westville prison. And then I love the way the guy phrased the question. Would you still say they killed your parents on motive? That's it. I love the way the guy responded. Now I'm talking about the guy who has been arrested. He said, no, they didn't. But he realized that far late, with 35 years imprisonment sentence, that's when he but I love the way he said it. They didn't. There's another question that I enjoyed hearing it, whereby this guy said, would you apply for a parole? And the answer was no. And there was so much noise of silence in the video. There was so much. And I love the guy who edited the video, because he didn't cut that thing off, because that silence to me, it meant everything. That silence for me, it spoke volumes. He just said no. He knows Uguti, he doesn't deserve parole. Lastly, what I've enjoyed about that meeting, how is your behavior in prison? He said, I'm the best person I've ever found it within my body. This guy, he did everything not knowing what he's doing. He was influenced by izangoma inyanga noma umthandazi noma ubani lo wayemconsultile, and he acted on the anger that he received. And when he got to the bottom line of what really happened, and then he realized, oh, I've messed up. But he's a man enough. Behind bars, yes, he's being arrested. Chances of him getting parole are very slim, but he will get it at least after 25 years or whatever. But he's a very content man, because he knows the truth. So when it comes to issue of consultation, when it comes to issue of the part of you being bewitched, don't dwell in that. Make sure you don't dwell in that, because as soon as you dwell in such things, you're going to find yourself in a position whereby you are dwelling in something that is going to negatively affect you. You are going to dwell in something whereby you are going to be told and everything, only to find out that is not the truth. It is not always whereby umuntu uyaloywa. Sometimes thina siyithathisa ngokwethu ngokuthi we choose wrong friends, we choose wrong relationships, we choose wrong companies, we choose wrong whatever relationships that you get into. And then at the end of the day, we blame our family members, we blame ourselves, maybe if ever I didn't go and stay there, isn't the right? There's a lot of things that people, they end up blaming simply because they think ukuthi lento abayithola enyangeni noma kumthandazi noma kumprofeti iqiniso, only to find out ukuthi it was not the truth. Avoid imithi whereby you are going to be told ukuthi thatha lo muthi lona hamba uyentabeni ufike umbize ngegama uthi sibani bani ngifuna kwenzeke lokho. Unless that person wambona ethakathakini and everything, you can take that muthi and go do that. But besides that, you can't. Ukwenza kanjani lokho? Ubani okunike lo mvume leyo? Unesiqiniseko esingakanani ukuthi that person uyakuthakatha? Noma uyahamba nje wentabeni uyokhafula umuntu sesisikhafulo and everything. That's why I said in other videos, go to a traditional healer that is an expert, that specializes in whatever that you want to see happening in your life. The traditional healers that specializes with luck, which is included in with peace and harmony. All they want is for you to be happy, and that's it, and you go on with your life. There are traditional healers that they specialize in revenge. All they want is for you to see pain happening in other person's life. The same pain that you couldn't handle. The same pain that it was too much for you. But uyothatha umuthi uyowenza into that was what was too much for you, you're going to do to them, which is you want it to be too much for to them, only to find out they've started on the traditional healer that wanted to make sure that they are happy and everything. But whoever that is disturbing them must suffer. Then you're suffering now for the second time. Yo, imagine. So be careful. Be careful when you're dealing with issues of ubthakathi ukuthi, okay, you're dealing with this. How are you dealing with it? What is it that you want to achieve? Would you really achieve that thing with all the terms and conditions that you have been given by your traditional healer? Does it make sense to you of what you've got and compare it with what you are going to do? Because there's a ritual that you do on the traditional healer's place and the ritual that you're going to do with yourself. Are those two rituals in I don't know, are they close to your heart? Is it what is it who you are? Is it what you want to achieve? Let's take the worst scenario. Okay, uyothakatha ufana entabeni ubiza igama lomuntu uhlabe ngemkhonto ufana wenzeni ufana utshontshe ipainti ufana utshontshe icathulo ufana wenzani is it that the life you want to live? Because you are now starting, or rather started, because of the treatment, the first ritual has already been taken, took place, and then now you have to continue with the second ritual. Is it that what you want to live your life? The wholehearted life, all of your life, is that the life you want to live? It's just a question. I'm not saying people, they mustn't pay revenge. I'm not saying everything. All circumstances comes with their own tailor-made rituals and everything. But it's up to individual at the end of the day. What is that you want to do? It is very important to choose your traditional healer. It is very important to listen to your heart. What does your heart tell you? It will never lie to you. No. Your brain will always lie to you. Your brain gets excited by thinking about it. You hear people saying, hey, by just thinking about it, I get excited. No, that's where you get it right. Your brain will always get you into troubles. Your heart will always get you into troubles. Your heart will always get you into troubles. When you start saying, I can feel it deep down, this person is gonna help me, you are in trouble. But when you're saying, I think this is a guy who's going to help me, it's because of your brain has processed many things that have been happening to you. Your brain have analyzed things that have been said. Your brain is analyzing how this person is working. Your brain is analyzing what helped you to get before and what you want to get now. There's a lot of things that your brain goes through before yourself. There is a lot of things that your heart cannot even imagine reaching, no matter what. Your heart cannot reach the distance that your brain can travel. It's a simple method that I'm teaching you. Even when you run a business, if you run a business with your heart, you end up being broke. If you run your business with your brain, you'll be successful, because your brain tells you the truth. Your heart is sympathizing with the wrong person that you've hired into your company. Your heart sympathizes with the person that has been bewitching you all these years. Your heart, it's talking to you about all the wrong things that you have gathered. And when you compare those things with what was positive, though, with what was happening in my brain, and you find that your brain is on 0 and your heart is on 10, that is the problem. Think about it. Think about it very carefully. Umuthi, Tagati. Thinking out of the box. Maybe I'm not giving a right title for this video. I'm sorry about that. But I felt that I should talk to you. I should dwell down on things. Booking line is still 0357995703. 0357995703.